There you are. Good morning. How you doing? Are you well? It's a rotten, filthy morning. I've started these live streams every morning this week with the same bloody announcement. The rain hasn't let up here in Manchester, and it doesn't appear like it's going to stop anytime soon. It's abysmal out there. It really is. It's horrible. It brings me down. I've been soaked into the skin 11 times. I've counted them 11 times this week with walking the dog, with running and everything else. It's bloody terrible. But anyway, maybe it'll clear away and we'll get a couple of weeks of good weather. How ya? This is the newspaper review programme. Of course, a programme. Does it even deserve to be called a programme? It's a live stream on YouTube, and it is bargain basement stuff, this, as you can see by my production values, which I'm very proud of. Right, that gentleman there is Mark Boyarsky, and listeners to the Richie Allen Show will know how fond I am of Mark. That doesn't sound... I don't know how fond I am of him. I don't know how that comes across. I love the bloke. I think he's absolutely amazing. I was lucky enough to meet him online a few years ago and then meet him in Manchester. Mark is a healer, a pure energy healer, and he runs the Pure Energy Healing Academy. And listeners to this programme, to the radio programme, not to this programme, have gone and visited Mark. Some to work with him at the Pure Energy Healing Academy, and others because they needed help. And they waxed lyrical about him and about how he was able to help them. He's a lovely, lovely man, very benevolent character. And he's always had a soft spot for the Richie Allen Show. And a number of times, too many to count really, over the last few years, Mark has helped the programme by auctioning healing crystals and jewellery, beautiful pieces of jewellery and healing crystals for the programme. And this week just gone, he put up a Moldavite healing crystal embossed in solid gold. I think it's worth about €1,100, just around £1,000. A beautiful piece of jewellery and very important, very special. And he said that anybody who donated to the programme this week, right up until about 1 p.m. UK time today, in fact, that they would go into a draw and we would make the draw and he would then send them on that crystal. So he's a lovely bloke, Mark. Does an enormous amount of stuff for people, gratis, doesn't ask for anything, and I love that. I really do. He was on the programme the other day. If you missed it, it's on YouTube, it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify and Podomatic and everywhere else. There he is, and that's him in a nutshell there. Absolutely great guy, great soul. And his website, incidentally, I'm going to bring up a screen grab of it there so you can see it. His website is... There you go. It is markboyarsky.com. I took that screen grab from my tablet there. The desktop version is a very well put together website, markboyarsky.com. So I've assigned a number to every donor who donated, and then I'll use a very simple computer program to randomly generate a number later on, and then Mark will inform the person that they've won. And I think he's going to do his own live stream later on. He does a lot on his YouTube channel. If you go to youtube.com, look for Mark Boyarsky, you'll find him, and he'll talk about it then, and he will announce the winner himself a bit later on. So that's a lovely thing, that it really is, and it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. That's Mark Boyarsky. Go to markboyarsky.com. Lovely stuff. Right, thanks again to Mark for that. It's a huge help, because one of the things that I've said before, and you will acknowledge, I think, and I think you will be fair and say, I very rarely talk about donations. But the longer the programme has been on the air, the radio programme, and the more, I suppose, successful it has become, I think the less inclined people are to support it, even though there is no income stream to this programme, except for listener contributions. There's none. We used to run some ads, and those ads did well, and they were successful for those people who advertise with us, but it's very difficult to attract advertising to this type of media. So it is completely dependent on people to support it, who listen and who like it. You don't hear me talk about it often at all. It's very rare. So there you go. So it's lovely what Mark has done, and thanks to him. And I think, to be totally upfront, I think it's brought in around about £900 for the programme. And I can't tell you how huge that is for me. With the streaming costs of the programme, of course, the streaming costs are enormous. And every other bill that's associated with putting on a programme like this, the podcast hosting bill and fees and all of that. So that's an amazing thing, and it means a lot to me, because we basically live from month to month, people who make programmes like mine. And there aren't very many people making radio programmes like mine, 5 day a week, properly produced programmes, professional radio programmes. So without people like Mark Boyarsky and you, we'd be struggling. So we would. Right, okay. There's still time to get in that draw, and there might be some super chat donations. C. McGee, thank you. And to Liz McFall, thanks again, Liz. To Kelly Reid, thanks, Kelly, for those contributions today. We'll get you into the draw, because I'm going to stop putting names into that particular hat by 1 p.m. today. Okay, thank you very much. Right, this is the newspaper review show. It is Friday, June 14th, 2019. We're going to start with the Telegraph. Okay, and I've got to put my glasses on. Told you I was rubbish at this, didn't I? Let me put my glasses on. Look, didn't I tell you how bad I am at this? Let me put my glasses on, because I don't put them on because of the glare, because it does glare quite a bit, but I need to read this. Telegraph. Tory vanity candidates urged to quit. This is about the Conservative Party leadership candidates who didn't fare so well in the first ballot yesterday. I think Johnson got 114. I think Jeremy Hunt got 47 or thereabouts. Michael Gove got in the mid-30s. Rory Stewart got 19 or 13 or something like that. But then there were some eliminated candidates. Esther McVeigh was eliminated. Andrea Leadsom was eliminated. And one or two others. And basically this is saying to the candidates that don't have much of a chance of winning, pull out now, leave the contest now, and let those who do have a chance get on with it. Okay? We're going to know within the next couple of weeks who the next Conservative Party leader is. That person, of course, will be the Prime Minister. All right. Now, importantly, on the front page of the Telegraph is that image which has gone round the world. The image of the tanker, 2 tankers allegedly attacked in the Gulf of Oman yesterday. The Iranians did it. Of course it was the Iranians. Who else would do it? Who else? Because Iran is evil. Iran is evil. It is the Dick Dastardly of countries in the international community. It is vile, Iran. It is terrible. Iran and its leaders sit around all the time rubbing their fingers together, hatching these plots to attack randomly anybody and anything that it feels like. Iran is evil. That's according, of course, to the mainstream media and to goons like US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who addressed the media in DC last night and vomited forth a cacophony of lies about Iran and offered no proof that Iran attacked these oil tankers yesterday. Tell you what we can do. This could go horribly wrong. This is the crappiest live stream in the world ever. We've got a video, and I'm supposed to thank the video. I'm supposed to thank the people responsible for creating the video, but I think you'll be able to see it anyway yourself. This is a video released by the United States, which purportedly, do you like that? Purportedly shows the Iranians, evil bastards, removing mines from one of these ships. Do you want to see this? Here we go. Right? Oh, it's absolutely, definitely the Iranians. Oh, God. What is that? Right, so that's supposed to be footage shot on Friday morning, as you can see, and it apparently shows the Iranians taking a mine off a ship that's already been struck. Oh, it's definitive proof, isn't it? Irrefutable proof that it was the Iranians. That's HindustanTimes.com. Thank you to HindustanTimes.com. That's the first time we've used a bit of video on this live stream. And I don't think it was such a disaster after all. Car crash YouTube live streaming brought to you by Richie Allen. Right, so that doesn't show anything, does it? Does it? Does it? Does that prove anything at all? No, of course it doesn't. I won't dwell on what I said yesterday. Cui bono? Who stands to benefit if tankers are attacked in the Gulf of Oman or the Strait of Hormuz and Iran is blamed? Who benefits? Israel and the United States of America. That was the Telegraph front page. On the front page of the Daily Mirror, BBC legends end this betrayal. This story has run right across the week, as you know. It's the TV licence scandal, where once upon a time, the over 75s in this country did not have to buy a television licence, but the BBC removed that exemption and are means testing it now based on pension credits and stuff. And many people have come out, and including people like Ben Fogle, who works for the BBC. I think Ben Fogle, who makes nature-based programmes, real-life programmes. Ben has donated his salary for one particular series of programmes he has made to Age Concern, I think. Good man, Ben. And there you've got other BBC presenters and stars coming out to criticise the Beeb for this particular move. Okay, that's run all week. I think I know what your opinion is on it. I know what my opinion is on it and the BBC TV licence. Said it before. But I don't tell you what to do, what you should do or what you can do. The Star. Acid comic shocker. The BBC can't sack me. This has run for the last day and a half. Joe Brand, the comedian. It seems to have annoyed one or two people that I said I find Joe Brand funny. I have. I've not seen Joe Brand for quite a while on television because I don't watch a lot of entertainment television. But over the years I found Joe Brand very funny. Very caustic, very cutting. And if she made me laugh, well then she's funny. It's a subjective thing. If she makes one person laugh, she is a funny comedian. Use comedian, by the way. It triggers the snowflakes and the feminists. Use actress, by the way, because it really cheeses off the feminist. I'm not an actress, I'm an actor. No, you're not. You're an actress. And you like it. The Star. I will read your comments momentarily. The Sun. We've all been screwed by Boris. Have you? Do tell. Very carry-on camping, very carry-on Kenneth Williams type headline by The Sun. Bonking Bojo thrashes rivals in first Prime Minister's vote. Yes, it's increasingly looking like it's a no contest in the Conservative Party and that the wild-haired lunatic Boris Johnson will be the next Prime Minister. Wild hair is better than no hair, is it? I suppose it is. Here's The Guardian. Lefty paradise here. US blames Iran for attacks in key Gulf shipping route. But the US provides no evidence apart from that grainy video I showed you, which could have been shot anywhere by anyone. Right. Okay. The Guardian. And Madonna's got a new album out. The Bride of Satan. Who called her the Bride of Satan on my Twitter page the other day? Was it Hugh Bertes, was it? Called her the Bride of Satan. It's because Madonna often appears in videos, but also at live events like awards shows with dancers cavorting around the stage, and often there is a lot of symbolism, occult symbolism present around Madonna. Now, how much of that Madonna is aware of, I don't know. But maybe the people who are behind Madonna and who promote Madonna, maybe they are very much aware of the occult and satanic symbolism. Maybe Madonna is aware of it. I don't know. But it's very obvious And again, it's my associations over the years with people like Jim Mars and Jordan Maxwell and David Icke that made me aware of the significance of the symbolism. Previously, I didn't notice it myself. It never occurred to me, why are they cavorting around with the star and with the horns and all of that? Why are they doing that? It would never have occurred to me. Here's the Daily Mail today. 1 foot in number 10. Bulldozer Boris's stunning victory in PM vote. Now rivals scramble to sabotage a coronation. Speaking of symbolism, that's Charles there, the heir to the throne, and his horsey other half, Camilla Parker Bowles, going to a masquerade ball. Much beloved by the elite, these masquerade balls. Remember the Rothschild masquerade balls with the goat's head and all of that crap? Do you remember? Means a lot to these people. And again, it's something that people who are new to this information need to start looking into. Why is Satanist symbology and occult symbology so important to these people? You need to start asking yourselves these questions, you know. I'll be bringing guests on the programme, of course, all the time, talking about this. There you are again, on the Times. Charles and the Horsewoman with their masks. Johnson is accused of hiding from TV debates on the front page of the Times. Sky News and the BBC is going to host debates with the Tory leadership candidates as they get whittled down. And it's being said this morning that Boris Johnson doesn't want to take part in these debates. I'd be surprised if that's the case. But anyway, Daily Express, who can stop Boris now? Who can stop him? Not those children he plays rugby with. They couldn't stop him. Have you seen those videos of this Egypt playing rugby with children and playing football with children and kicking them? This absolute buffoon. Have you seen these videos? They're on YouTube. Anyway, that's Bojo, the clown. And the Metro, is it about Boris again? It is. All about Boris today. Johnson, odds on, McVeigh is blown away. McVeigh can't tell the difference between a continent and a country. So she was done for. She's gone, the Scouser. The Eye Paper. Johnson's Tory enemies regroup after big win. There's a lot of talk about those who failed miserably and those who will drop out. They might come together, unite behind one candidate and try and banjax Bojo, to banjax his campaign. But again, it's looking like Bojo is an absolute shoe-in for the leadership and the prime ministership, because if he wins, look at that. Look, I couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. Look. Right, okay, let me read some of your comments then before we look at one or two of the stories even in greater depth. Hi to Shash in Blackpool. How you doing, pal? Hi to Philip Blair, just past 1 a.m. where Philip is. Hi to Alex Dunn. How you doing, Alex? And to Chris Brown in Durham. To Nick Farrell. Grapefruit for breakfast. What I had this morning was I had one of those fruit bars. I can't name it because it's unfair to give them the publicity, but where the fruit is all compressed. There's nothing added. There's no E-numbers, no added stuff. It's just a load of fruit compressed into a bar. And I had some nuts, and I had plenty of water and fresh orange juice. That's what I had this morning. Yeah, no meat this morning for Ristardio. I had no meat this morning. Hi, Ian Hilpis, Liz McFall. How you doing, Liz? Sean Mack, how you doing, Sean? 262 Camis. How you doing, Camis? Good morning. Jennifer Garcia. Good morning. Buenos dias, Jennifer, there in Florida. Peter Riley. Peter says the BBC is pushing the fake knife crime because the government wants to build the biggest privatised youth prison in Europe here in the UK. It's coming, you watch, says Peter. Bang our youth up for years for petty crimes just like the USA. Yes, Peter! Spot on, my friend. With indeterminate sentences as well. Yeah, no fixed sentences. Tariffs, just send them in there and then we'll review it in a couple of years. Spoke to a mother about this on the radio show recently. Hi to Gail. Good morning, Gail. Hi to Bruce Blunt. If you're Hank Marvin, get some Frank Boff down your Gregory Peck and you won't be a starving haggler. Good stuff. Hi to Joe Public in Edinburgh. Hiya, Joe. To Naroda, who's in Beirut. Hi, Naroda. Lovely to hear from you in Beirut there. And Black and White Boy, who's in Edinburgh, where the sun has come out. to KQ Proud, American woman who loves Moldavite and has some pieces. Again, thanks to Kelly and to C. McGee for donating to the programme, and to Liz for doing that again. Cocobell says, money might not make you happy, but it lets you be miserable in comfort and luxury. Yes, who could argue with that? And Mega Tree Rat says, effing strange how the US happened to be filming the exact tanker at the exact time as the Iranians removed a bomb from the hull. Of all the ships on all the seas. Well said, Mega Tree Rat. You are right. Hi to Blue Beam, The Moog, Sandy, Albert Neville. Two tankers sounds like Boris and Jeremy Hunt. These two anchors. Boris and Jeremy, yeah, there was a song. There was a comedian used to do a song. Ian Hilpus again. Ath Breeze, how you doing? Who says straight pride is true pride. Is it true that straight people are trying to initiate straight pride marches? Give over. Are they? You can if you want. It's a free world. I'll never be a hypocrite. It's a free world, but come on. Hi to Tripless, The Moog, Kelly Reid. Good job on the live stream, says Kelly. Kelly, it's crap and you know it. But it's good crap. Hi to Alan Dallian. How you doing, Alan? It was a Greenpeace ship, was it? It might have been. To Ethic Boxing. How you doing, pal? Good morning, Richie and everybody. America has lost every tiny drop of credibility. Has nothing left. Hi to Holistic Vegan. Thank you for sending £10 to the programme. Keep up the good work, Richie. Sorry it's not more. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. Thank you. My God. I wish that everybody who listened to the programme, everybody, would send £1 a month. And that would be it. Game over. We'd have 10 programmes on a live stream. Jean Ann Crowley, great friend, colleague, hugely important to me and to this show. I think Jean Ann has been in Dublin because one of her nephews has graduated from uni. Congratulations, Jean Ann, and to the nephew as well. Love Jean Ann Crowley. What an amazing woman. Albert Neville has said something very uncomplimentary about Joe Brand. Give over, Albert. That's not nice, mate. Free speech for everybody, even those you disagree with, right? To Lord Branstey, good morning. Jean Ann, of course, who's a great actress, says, yes, actress is the word. And she spoke to me at great length one time about her feelings as to why they've attacked language like this and attacked the feminine. Why they've done this. There's no need for it. Robert Muldoon, how you doing, Robert? Rose Renouf, hello, Rose. She's in America where it's coming up for 5 o'clock in the morning there. Hi to Venus Rising as well. Monty Mole. I've got to stop, guys. There's too many. Hi to Carla Gallagher. How you doing, Carla, in Donegal, if my memory serves? Got a good memory, me. To Galena, to Ruth Cormack, Andrew Bell. I'm going to stop now. And if Jason Hurley, if I didn't mention you, I'm sorry. It's not because I don't love you. To Dick Scratcher, Paul Burchell, Hod God. And I'm going to stop. I've got to stop because I've got things to tell you. And I've got a man coming around in a minute about a floor that he's going to dig up on Monday. Excavate the floor. Right, what have we got? Joe Brand. Right. Do you think that's good? You might hate Joe Brand. You might think she's a fat C, as somebody mentioned on the messenger there. You might think that. Do we think it's okay that the police are going to ask Joe Brand about her comments? And hi to Hyde Two Head, who's donated to the programme as well. Thank you. You're in the draw at 1 o'clock. Do we think it's good that a woman who made a quip on a radio show on Wednesday, which she said was a fantasy and that she doesn't want to happen, now the police are involved? Think about this, because next up is probably the most important story of the day. Thank you. I'm not fishing for compliments. Stop telling me on YouTube that this is good. This is good. Don't put yourself down, Richie. It's not good. This is crap. It doesn't get any worse than this. I will get a background over there at some stage in the future and a better lighting system and all that. This is crap. The radio show is the last word in excellence of execution and production. It is amazing. Modesty or false modesty, both of them are terrible things. Tell the truth. The radio show is the best radio show in the world ever in terms of production values, he says with a big massive head. This is shit. Right. This is garbage. This is like crap. Right, this is the sort of garbage you see on barges going down the River Hudson. That's how bad this is. I mean, she made a gag. She doesn't want Nigel Farage to have acid poured on him. She doesn't want him to be harmed. She made a gag. I like Jo Brand. She's a funny woman. Here we go. You ready for this? You ready for this? This is where it ends. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've suspected this for a long time. In fact, we've known it, but now it's out there in the public domain. Facebook is labelling its users as hate agents based on signals and their off-platform interactions. I shit you not. So what's this really all about then? What it's really all about is it's Breitbart, which I know a lot of my listeners don't like because of its political leanings. That's okay. I don't like Breitbart any more than I like The Guardian. Don't like any of them. Truly independent. I've told you this before. I don't come down on any side. I don't like any of them equally. I equally despise all of these people. Now, thanks to Andrew Bell, by the way. Thank you, Andrew, for your lovely donation there of 10 quid to the show. And you're in the draw, by the way, mate. Thank you, Andrew. It means a lot to me, that. Mightn't sound like it does, but I don't do very well with, expressing how I feel about things like this. But thank you so much. It means an awful lot to me. I get emotional about it sometimes. Breitbart has found a Facebook document called Hate Agent Policy Review. And what it has demonstrated is that Facebook employees are tracking people on and off Facebook. And they're looking for signals that you might be a hate agent, or that you are talking to a designated hate entity. So you yourself might not be a designated hate agent, but you might be having a conversation with somebody who has been designated one. And that might get you banned, shadow banned, or banned. The document uncovered by Breitbart, an internal Facebook document called Hate Agent Policy Review. It's called Hate Agent Policy Review. So if you're a Facebook user and you rock on down to hear David Icke speak in Leeds, and it comes up on Facebook and you're in there, facial recognition of course, you have been to see a designated hate entity, because Icke is a lunatic who hates the Jews. He's a racist old fecker, isn't he, David Icke? Of course he isn't. Of course he isn't, or anything like it. But it doesn't matter. He's been designated as a hate entity, as a hate agent, and now you have gone to see him, and you are being marked as a hate agent yourself. Praise somebody on Facebook. So, Tommy Robinson, I'm not going to waste any time telling you what I think of him. You know what I think of him. So you could be on Facebook and you might see a Tommy Robinson video or a Tommy Robinson post. Now, I know Tommy's been banned from Facebook. I'm not stupid. But one of his followers might put something on there. And it might be something where Tommy says something benign. Like, we need to look very closely at the numbers of people coming into this country. You, as an unsuspecting person who doesn't know that much about Tommy, you press like. Yeah, I agree with that. Well, you might be in serious trouble there. Because you have identified with and you are speaking up for a designated hateful ideology. These are direct quotations from this document. I couldn't sensationalise this. I'd love to, but I couldn't. I couldn't make it any more sensational. Right? It's all there. It's all there for you. So in this policy seen by Breitbart, hate speech is all over it. The term hate speech comes up again and again and again and again. They even put hate speech into tiers. So a tier 2 hate speech comment might be you call somebody stupid during an argument, or you call somebody a fraud during an argument. That's a tier 2 hate speech comment. You might call somebody a fraud. And you will be banned. Facebook is keeping a list of so-called hate agents. There might be millions of people on the list. Thanks to KT for your donation. Thank you so much, KT, through the super chat. That is lovely. Thank you. Where does this go then? Well, the terrific Hayden Hewitt, who is the go-to man when it comes to the internet, the policing of it, and freedom of speech on it, the man who co-founded LiveLeak.com, Hayden quite rightly said that social crediting is going to be policed by faceless corporations like the big social media companies. It is these companies using policies like this policy, again, the hate agent policy review. It is through this program that they are going to police the world using social crediting. And you are going to be judged constantly. I think we saw an episode of Black Mirror, didn't we, a couple of years ago, that basically touched on this premise, on this concept. You might be told you can't buy a ticket to a concert. You are ineligible to attend this particular concert because you're a hate agent or have been liaising with proponents of hate speech online. I don't want to be trying to scare people. Thank you, Shash, for the donation as well, my friend, on the super chat. Thank you so much. That's lovely. It's been a great week, and the program desperately needed an injection of cash, believe you me. And that's got nothing to do with my personal circumstances, by the way. Nothing. The program and my personal circumstances are two different things. All right. The program costs just over £1,000, nearly £1,100 a month to put on. You know, that's not me taking any money out of it. It really does. So thank you for that. It goes a long way. So this is where we're going then. Like I said, I can't sensationalise this stuff. And I left Facebook just over a year ago. I insisted they delete all of my data. They sent me a letter confirming that they had deleted all of it. There's only a Richie Allen Facebook page on now. It's not run by me. And it won't be long. I know I've been saying this for quite a while. It won't be long before I come off of Twitter. These Facebook people, they call themselves hate hunters. And they are allowed by their Facebook bosses to go back 2 years. 2 years, 24 months. They can look at you. Doesn't have to be somebody who's in the public eye like Robinson or like Anne-Marie Waters or like Paul Joseph Watson. Doesn't have to be somebody like that. Could be you, could be me. They can go back 2 years to look for incriminating material, public statements, statements made in private and later made public. And you don't even need to be on Facebook because, see that there? That camera there? That's always on. Whether you like it or whether you do not, it is always on and it is always listening. How many times have you talked about something with a friend while you were not online? You were standing outside a pub having a crafty cigarette and you were chatting with a mate before going back in to finish your Guinness, and you talked about something you were going to buy in IKEA or something you might have been going to buy on Argos, and all of a sudden later on that day you're online again, you're doing a bit of business on your email, and up flashes an ad, and the ad is offering you that dining table you were talking to your mate about. Right? I mean, this is beyond dystopian, isn't it? Facebook, little scumbags, little millennials, horrible, hateful little people who use gender pronouns when they set up Twitter accounts for themselves. Do you see their Twitter accounts? Look at their Twitter profiles. Alison Murphy, 21, she/her. We need to have a purge, don't we? I'll get into trouble now like Joe Brand, even though I'm not famous, so I won't get into trouble. We need a purge, don't we? Everybody in the world who puts gender pronouns on their profile, let's find them and kill them. on October 31st this year. And let's do it in a manner befitting the wonderful slasher movies of the early 1980s. Let's get our machine guns, not our machine guns, let's get our chainsaws, our pitchforks and our machetes, and let's hunt down the gender pronoun people. Because it's those gender pronoun goons that are working for Facebook and Twitter. Hate hunters. And it could destroy your life. It could destroy any chance you ever have of getting a job again. That's the story of the day. Again, it's not news to us, but now it's official. When people were warning about this, well, they were crazy conspiracy theorists. Now it is official. Wonderful, eh? The advertising standards authorities in England have finally been able to ban gender stereotypes in adverts. Again, this is anti-free speech and it is anti-freedom of expression and freedom of thought. They've banned harmful gender stereotypes in advertising. And they've linked this, the reason they've given is it's because impressionable young boys and young girls might be influenced to the point where young boys and girls think that certain career paths are barred to them or are not open to them because they might see an ad on television. I mean, this is monumental bollocks, isn't it? This is social engineering. It really is. So advertisements where mom is doing the hoovering and stuff like that, you know, while the guy sitting there watching the telly might be banned. Men struggling to change nappies and then getting bailed out by mum who comes to the rescue, those might be banned. I'm not saying those are good advertisements or they're very clever, but why should anybody have the right to tell any creative director of any advertising company or any company that you cannot advertise your products in the manner you choose to advertise them? Again, it's totalitarian. Harmful gender stereotypes can contribute to inequality in society. This is social justice bollocks, right? Isn't it? Right? No need to dwell on it. We've talked about it so many times before. Jeremy Hunt is absolutely cheesed off that presenters across the UK media can't actually say Jeremy Hunt. Wow. Although to be fair to him, we looked into this during the week. It goes back 3 years. They can't manage to say Jeremy Hunt. Victoria Derbyshire, the most recent one to say Jeremy C-U-N-T instead of Jeremy Hunt. So he's cheesed off about that. And he's asking them to grow up. I had this at school, said Jeremy. Grow up. And maybe for the first time ever, I find myself in agreement with Jeremy Hunt. There you go. Right. Let me read a few more comments, if I have a few more comments, and then I'm going to do one. I'm going to do one and love you and leave you. Number of you I'm seeing on the live chat are fairly shocked at the memo discovered by the paper, the policy document discovered by Breitbart about Facebook. This is what they're doing. And people need to know about it. Right, there are lots of comments, but I'm just going to love you and leave you. Hi to Geraldine Mitchell. And I'm going to love you and leave you because there's loads to do here. And I better crack on and do it. Have I? Are these the... Yeah? Where am I going here? I've lost the live chat, have I? I've lost the live chat. My apologies. I can't read out. The live chats are gone for some reason off of this. Right. Thanks for watching this. Again, big shout out to Mark Boyerski. Go to markboyerski.com. markboyerski.com. Here he is. Again, that's the website. I will be with you on Sunday morning for Sunday View at 1 o'clock UK time. I won't be putting any more names into the draw. I will make a draw. Like I said, every email that came in and every name gets a number. And then there's a little program on Google. It's a random number generator. I'll generate a random number. That will give me the name of somebody. I will give Mark that person's name and they will win that lovely Moldavite pendant, which is worth €1,100 in solid gold. And again, thanks to Mark Boyerski for that. Okay, have a marvellous weekend. I hope the rain... I'm looking out there now. It's fucking hammering down again. And I've got to go out and stuff. And I'm fed up of it. I really am. It's depressing. It's so dark and dank and miserable. Hopefully this weekend will be the end of it. Have a brilliant weekend. Join me on the radio show at 11 a.m. UK time, richieallen.co.uk, Fab Radio 2 in Manchester, triggerwarning.tv. Check out triggerwarning.tv, by the way, on YouTube as well. And I'll see you on Sunday morning. And good luck to everybody who's in the draw, because I think that Moldavite pennant will be a lovely gift. And, you know, it's, again, testimony to the wonderful people that we've met along the road, that nice things like this happen. So I hope that karma will intervene and it will go to somebody who might just need it. That'd be lovely. Okay, I will love you and leave you then. Until Sunday, it is bye from me. Bye now.